Hi, my name is Samantha and welcome to today's video. Today is going to be the actual final Joann's haul. Let's get into it. Okay, so the last video was meant to be the last Joann's haul, but as I was unpacking, I found two bags that were hidden and it wasn't on purpose. I did not mean to do this, but I still wanted to show you guys the fabric that I got. So it's just two little bags. We've got this one here, and I have some updated stats for you. I also found a third receipt of where my employee discount was used, but I didn't buy the item. So the overall total saved, we've gone into the next $1,000 bracket. Anyways, so let's start off with the first receipt, which was April 22nd. This also brings our grand total of transactions up to 23. And the amount of shifts that I worked was 23. So, yeah. I bought something every time. Now, one of them, there was a double receipt. Yeah, there was two on the one day. So one shift, I didn't buy anything. Yeah, okay. Anyways, let's start with the 22 one. So 22 was this pile over here. So on this day, the remnants were 75% off. So these remnants here, it's crazy, like the craft cotton white confetti. So this remnant here was supposed to be $1.83. It was 32 cents. This one here was supposed to be $10 and it was $1.45. And then, or sorry, $1.25. This green one here was supposed to be $10, $9.99, and it was $1.45. And then this one here was supposed to be $2 and it was 16 cents. Like 16 cents. How was I supposed to leave this on the shelf? Like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, hold on. I got scissors this time. Okay. So this one here. Oh, and I want to take all the remnant receipts and I want to put them all into an Excel and like show how much remnants there were. Okay. So this is this piece. Oh, I got rid of the piece of paper already. It was 0.44 of a yard, so a little less than half. It's a good blender piece inside of a tissue pouch. Probably won't use it for a wine bag because it probably would only make like one wine bag. And then, because it's also going to shrink when I wash it. This one was 0.833. And again, this is just a nice blender. This one I would use for a wine bag, the inside of a wine bag. If you're interested in making a wine bag, I do have the tutorial linked down below, and I have the digital pattern in my Etsy shop. It's only 99 cents, so super cheap. Okay, this one is the American flag. Let's see here. 1 yard. I really like this one. I like that the pattern is, I can't think of the word, but like, I don't like it when the fabric is like 1, 2, 3, 4, like it's like a line. I like when the pattern is more scattered. And there's like little eagles, there's the flag. So this is a really cool one. Okay, and then one more remnant this round. Now this one, the fabric isn't a great quality. This is that, what was it called? The Happy Lucky, whatever it was called. Like the really cheap fabric, because it was only $2 a yard to begin with. And this was 0.917 yards. But this is fine for like the inside of a project. I wouldn't use this kind of fabric as like an entire project or like clothing or something like that. Okay, so those were the remnants. And then I got 2 cuts of flannel. These are what were left on the bolts. So the fancy chickens on green, this was 1 yard. It's supposed to be $9.99 a yard. I paid $1.25 with the discount that was happening. It was 50% off, or yeah, with the discount that was happening, and then it was classified as a remnant. So that's why it was only $1.25. But this is cotton flannel, so this will be for reusable towels. And then this one's also cotton flannel. This one, I don't think this one was written right, because this says it's 1 yard. This is a lot bigger than a yard, because this piece here versus this piece, you can tell that this one is more, but this one is 1.361 yards. So maybe it's the opposite. Maybe this one is 1 yard and this one is 1.361. That's my guess of what happened here. And then this one was $4.76 because it was 50% off, but then also the employee discount. Very strange. But anyways, this one is cotton flannel as well, so that will be reusable towels. So the total on that one was $17.17, and the employee discount was $5.04, and the total saved was $48.42. This other pack here was $14.57, and the savings was $42.75. The employee discount was $4.12. These three remnants, okay, the rainbow dot, this was supposed to be $9.99 a yard. This is 0.944s of a yard. This was $1.41. This one, $9.99 a yard. This is 0.861 of a yard. This was $1.07. And then this one here was $10.99 a yard. This is 1 yard, and this was $1.65. So let's see here. I think this one is so cool. I think this will make a really cool wine bag, really cool jar openers. Like I said, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I have all of my patterns and products linked down below if you want to make it yourself. I have tutorials and I have patterns. If you want to buy it already done, you can come shop in person at the King Street Experience in Leesburg, Virginia. You could shop at the shows I'm going to be at. My next show is not this weekend, but next weekend in Drums, Pennsylvania. And then also shop online on Etsy. Here is the next pattern. Okay, and then the last one. Okay, here's the last one. Again, I think this would be a good inside. A lot of these remnants are just really good blender pieces. And then I have 2 cuts of fabric here. These snowflakes, it was 1.417 of a yard, and this was supposed to be $10 a yard. This whole piece was $4.96. That will make some good jar openers, wine bags, all of the above. And then this guy here, $9.99 a yard. This is 1.33 of a yard, and this was $4.66. This is cotton flannel, so this will be reusable towels. So that is my little baby haul that should have been in the video last week. I apologize. Like I said, wasn't on purpose. It was in with all the chaos. I'm still working on unpacking everything. I really want to give you guys an apartment tour. Everything will not be perfect, I know, but like I want things to be as close to perfect as possible. So if you want to stick around for that, please hit that subscribe button, and it will be coming up within the month of June. Here is my commitment to you. Okay, so now we need to talk about updated numbers. So the old numbers, the total spent was $747.69, so $750, and the savings was $2,549.88, so $2,500.50. Okay, so with the 2 new totals, which was 17 and 14, so 31, the updated spent was $779.43, so let's say $800, and then the total saved was $2,641. The total item count of things that I bought was 395.53. The reason it's 0.53 is when you buy things that are like not a whole yard count, it adds up like that. But then also things like if you bought hardware or you bought a pair of scissors, that counts as 1 item. So each yard is an item, and then each item is an item. So it's pretty crazy if you do really rough numbers like that, that essentially I bought 400 items total on all my transactions, and I spent a little less than $800. So in the simplest math, that's $2 an item. Any item that I bought was worth way more than $2. So that is absolutely insane, and that shows you just how much the savings were. I mean, the savings were $2,641. My employee discount was $180. And then I have 3 receipts of transactions that used my employee discount, but I did not pay for them. I found another one. I only had 2 the other day, but adding this other one, this was for a dress form. So the savings on this one was $156. Spent was $89. The employee discount was $36. That brings the grand total of all the items purchased for the receipts that I have to $1,316.50, and the total savings to $4,064.30. And like I said, there's some receipts that I don't have that I didn't pay for. I'm quite certain that with the sales that were going on and with my employee discount, myself and my friends and family saved over $5,000, which is just insane. And now I have a pretty big stash that's gonna last for a while. Check this out. Here is all of the hardware in one bag right here. And then I showed you the bin of all the fabric in the last video. Anyways, I have a lot of projects coming up. If there's anything that like sparked an interest, or is there something that you want me to make in particular, let me know in the comment section down below. There's something else I was going to tell you guys. I can't remember what it was. But anyways, thank you so much for everyone who watched this video. Thank you for believing me. Thank you for subscribing. I was going to say, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a wonderful day.